Okay, I'm back. Let's name this AB underscore passive defense. Okay. Passive defense, because stamina requirement of 0, it got a higher priority. But it is not an active ability, so it's not really that important. And it is a passive. Initial stack is 1. Stack increasement is 1. Decreasement is 1. Maximum stacks is 5. When you add a new stack, you refresh duration of the ability. You don't always refresh duration. This ability. Okay, so if we hit the max stack, we want to refresh as well. We don't want to refresh only loop time, so you can have like an ability that triggers once and then refreshes just a portion of it. No. Okay, and when the ability runs to an end, we want the stack to decrease and reset the ability. This is exactly what we want. So we will have a 6-second ability, and after 6 seconds it will just decrease the stacks. And if we apply this ability multiple times, it will then just apply next stack. Is it looping? No. Is it channeled? No. Length of the ability is 6 seconds. And we also want to add the tag. On both server and client, we might use this tag later, block, and we might want to remove this tag on probably ability end. So on ability end, we want to call the parent function, and after we do that, we want to remove tag. We need to get ability, get component. So get self ability component, and it should have a remove tag function on it, and we're removing the defense. So while we have this tag, we are in the defense stance, which we can use, for example, as animation modifiers. Not animation, it's ability, ordinary, block. Okay. So what this thing does is overwrite on ability stack added. Okay, that will work. So context, we want owner, and we need a new function to increase our armor. So we go here, we go into our fantasy character data interface. We want to open that, and for combat we need to have a function called increase defensive stance, or change defensive stance. It will be here. It is not a get function, it's actually one with an input, new defense value, and it's an integer. Okay, we go here, we go into interface, combat, change defense value, implement event, and we want to now change the fence value on our fantasy data character component. Interface okay, we'll keep all interfaces here, and we'll make a new interfaces graph. Okay, this is game logic. This is player inputs, and this is interfaces. Okay, so now we need to go here to our character data, and we want to edit this component, and we need interface, combat, change, implement, and what we need is, do we have value? Base armor, shield armor, circumstance armor bonus, and equipment armor bonus. We do have a value for it, so set, and just set it. And this can happen only on the server, we don't care for the client. So passive defense, get owner, change defense stance message. Currents, well, can we get self ability stack? How do we read how many stacks we got? We definitely can. Max stack, iteration stack, stack, initial stack. How do we get current stack? Ability, able, ability. Okay, this is complex. Debug is just debug. Let's see. Check tags, refrigeration, container. What? No way. Okay, so I can get ability component for this specific component, get current stack count for something which is self, and just return the stack count. So it is a value between 1 and 5. I don't know if this triggers on if this triggers I mean, does it trigger on just begin? Let's see. Let's do a print string as well, or rather print text. And I'm going to format text, and format text will be event instance just this value. Plus X. Okay. So we got now passive, now we have this active, and inside this active what we want to do is just apply the passive ability, which is passive defense. Owner's owner, instigator is instigator, and we can copy target, but there's no target, so it stays the same. The realm of this playability is only the server. We don't need client to do it. Client can cancel, yes, of course, and here timeline client can cancel. Does it need anything else? Oh yes, of course. This need to have dependency of set gameplay tag. So a gameplay tag need to be set first, because for this ability, so no one can cheat, we need to override can execute, can ability execute. We do the parent can execute, and then we say component has tag. A target ability component has tag and it's block. And does it include executive abilities? Yes, don't worry. And then we need to combine those two, that both need to be correct for this to work. So we got passive defense that requires active defense to run it and has dependency on this tag, and we will not receive this tag unless we pay 6 stamina for it. Okay. So now we can go into each of those. Let's go into longsword. Let's go here, animations, FPP melee, longsword, and we have block, right? We got impacts, loop, push, start, stop, all of those fancy schmancy stuff. But what we want, we just want a block loop. We could, of course, just implement this as part of the anim graph, as part of the overlay. But I don't care for that, really, at least for now. So I will just make this, create animation montage am underscore long sword block. And there's absolutely no consistency of naming. Okay, and it is just a loop, infinite loop in the upper body slope. What is my cat doing? What is my cat doing? By the way. Just not destroying my chair. Like the gaming chairs are just really fancy cat scratchers. Okay, and now we need an ability. So able ability class AB active defense. Okay, call it A longsword defense. Everything stays the same. There are no tasks to copy, which is strange. Oh yeah, would be nice to have them inheritable, right? And this one as well. So save this, go here, say timeline, recopy parent, yes, because this is a destructive action. So, and now this we can change to AM, no, defense, yeah, long sword block, there we go. And active defense Oh, it rescaled automatically. It should be 1 second long only. 1 second, and there's a loop of 1 second for that. Okay, it rescaled to the parent. That's great. Save that as well. So we got this animation montage. It's a dynamic montage. Everything is as was. And now we need to do this. Duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate. Why? I have no clue, but it will not work unless we do that. And now resave. Otherwise, those inherited tasks, they just, I don't know why, they just don't trigger at all. If we play now, it looks like this. Okay. So we got this. Okay. So we got this defense. And you know what? Let's test this. We got this defense. We can now go into our weapon. So we can go into gameplay weapons. We can go into great sword, and we can put it here in this variable. Longsword defense. And in theory, that should be enough for me to be able to trigger it. And I can trigger it. Defense plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. Okay. And why don't my passive defense go for... Oh, okay, it does. Only it doesn't give me a print string. That's really strange. And also, let's do... let's change the passive defense to also last for just 1 second each loop. So let's go to core, passive defense, timeline, and let's make it last for 1 second. So it can charge up to 5 stacks and then charges down up 5 stacks. So on ability stack added. Is there an on ability stack removed? Ability stack removed. Yes, there is. Okay. So I need to do exactly the same on removed. Get owner. I push this change, and I then put in the current one. So 2, 3. Oh, what? Oh. Okay, yeah, they can't be the same length. I cannot apply stacks and reduce stacks at the same time. So passive defense need to be longer. You need to have... Well, I want it to last 6 seconds. I have 5 stacks. So 1.2 is perfect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's 5. It's still 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and end it. So now is the question, when it ended, Did it go to 0? Let's go into our character data, and circumstance armor is still 1, which is incorrect, which means we need to make one more change to our passive defense, and we need to override on ability end. We want to call parent, obviously, and we want to also do this part and just set the value to 0. And we want to we want to get this information. I wonder if I can even get this info. Oh, it still gives me 1, because 1 is the minimum, the actual minimum stack count I can get. So I can't read this value and just say that it is defense stance 0. Okay, let's see now my defense. So what I wanted is that you don't need to hold your defense, you can let it go and you can start fighting, and it will just start decreasing, because defense costs you stamina, it costs you effort. So you can start your combat by charging an attack and you regenerate stamina that you spend on it, and then you can just execute more attacks in a row. Or you can start by cumulative defense and then start the combat with higher armor, but the defense is being decremented, and you have basically 1 attack less in compared to starting combat with an attack. Oh yeah, so we got this. Actually, the defensive accumulation should also reduce the attack chance, because the more defensive you are, the less attacking you are. But we're going to do something else, because, like I said, I'm like setting some things like in Dungeons and Dragons, but in OpenD20, but I'm not copying everything directly here. I'm just trying to test some values. So defense for longsword works. Let's go to the next one. It works as intended, and I like it this way. So let's go here. Block. Yes, block loop. Animation montage, dagger, block. That's everything. Move. Loop it and upper body. And the fastest way to get now defense for dagger is to get longsword defense. Just copy it. Let's call it block instead of defense. Will be less. Okay, and now all we need to do is set block AM dagger. And oh, I don't need to do the copy of tasks and deleting them, because I made a copy of ability instead of child of ability, so it will work correctly. So that was a lot faster. Polearm, we're doing the same. halberd block loop. Move it here. Get the dagger one. Copy to polearm. And rename. And there we have it. Let's make sure that I did set up the loop. No, I didn't. Loop and upper body. Okay, now I did. Save. Active defense. Turn it off. Weapon dagger, turn it off. Inputs I can turn off. This will be helpful still. Okay, and now what I need to do is copy to spear and copy to sword and shield. So in spear, where's the loop? There it is. AM spear lock. It's a loop and it's upper body. And did I, for the dagger, did I set the loop? Yes. So back to spear, spear block. Spear block, animation montage. And the last one, sword and shield. Sword and shield block. And by the way, did I rename it? No. Okay, sword and shield. And now sword and shield block is taking the... Oh, we haven't made the animation yet. Spear is done. Sword and shield block. Oh, we have a sword block without the shield. It's nice. And we should have block sheet idle. Instead of loop, you have idle. Okay. Why not? Let's make this AM SNS block. This one. Okay. And now we're just going to the items, so into gameplay, weapon blueprints, and we already set up the greatsword, but we'll just open all of them just in case. So this is spear block, and this is polearm, block, and this is dagger block, certain shield. And great sword is longsword block. Okay. Let's test it in multiplayer immediately so we know that it works as intended. Play. Okay, so cancel of ability. Interrupted. Didn't cancel the block animation. Huh, wonder why that is. So let's set up it for the longsword. And let's see, longsword block animation. Let's try that one and see if it works. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's not exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Maybe that. How to do that? This no, clear quid no. Reverse slant. If true, stop the current playing animation mid-plant. If the warning ability is interrupted. Only applies when animation noticeable. Oh, animation. No, it doesn't matter then. Okay, what if we do this loop and inside animation montage we say that's not a loop? Ooh, I think I know what might be the problem. It might be not this, but this is okay. This should be looping. This doesn't have to be looping. The problem is this, must pass all conditions. So if we break this, we say successful. Should that change something? No, that didn't even change on the client, so it should be interrupted. Okay. What can I do about that? How can I end this ability by handle somehow? I'm gonna have to figure it out. Okay, I'm back, and honestly, I'm not sure yet what's the issue with blocking. But I know I will solve it later on. I just have to think on it a little bit more on how to end this very particular animation montage. Or you know what? We can do a workaround. We can go into active defense. And in active defense, we can say on ability end, we already got this. Get owner, cast to character, we can get anim instance of the mesh. And we can just stop anim montage. And, well, if anim montage was a parameter, that would be easy. But we can just stop any anim montage, really, this way. I mean, it's not perfect because we might have other montages playing that are important. But this should work. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything. Oh, I need to fix this animation. Certain shield needs fixing. Okay. I need to show this workaround with the outer of able. So yeah, if I had active defense and I had parameter as animation montage, that would be easier. But hopefully this is just a bug in the code, because from what I understand, stop on interrupt should just, well, stop on interrupt like it does on the owning client, but it just doesn't on remote, and it doesn't on the server. So we got this. Let's go here. So defensive, active, channel ability, yes. Passive defense, full defense, yes, we got that.